Narcissists have a fake persona, and they are also the masters of redirection and manipulation, but what is it that they are hiding? In this video, I'm going to explore what it is that narcissists are so afraid that other people may see. Welcome to Looking Behind the Mirror, where we explore narcissism and take our lives back as we make sense out of nonsense. As a quick disclaimer, everything I say is based on my opinions and my personal experiences. I'm not a professional, and if you're really struggling, I encourage you to seek professional help. I am providing links below for you. The first thing you may think of when you think of the things that a narcissist is hiding are the obvious. I mean, they're always lying. They often have all kinds of little schemes going. They have their friends compartmentalized. Sometimes they have double lives. They might be cheating. They might be doing things that are illegal, but that's not really what I'm talking about here. I want to go a little bit deeper into what it is that they are hiding from everyone and even from themselves. To kind of give an early spoiler, we really could sum everything up in a word: nothing. Narcissists are hiding nothing. The thing that they are so afraid of is just an emptiness, a void. And what they imagine in their mind is not something that they can really even put a face to. Narcissists have a deep pathological shame of who they are, and this isn't really something that they are able to make sense out of. This causes them to feel a very desperate kind of need to hide themselves from everyone, including themselves. But there really isn't anyone there to hide. So the thing that narcissists are hiding from everyone is really something that exists in their imagination. But they're so afraid of looking at what this is that if they were to look at it, there would be nothing there. And the examples I gave a little earlier about the superficial things that they're covering up, such as their lies, their double lives, the things they may be doing that are illegal, the compartmentalization of their friends and activities and lifestyles, all of those things that they are hiding are actually constructed in order to hide what they are really hiding, what they are really afraid that people might see. I have a video about the narcissist's false self in which I explain that as a child, for whatever reason, pathological narcissists learned that to express their authentic self was dangerous, and that to survive in this world, they had to cut themselves off from who they truly were. They had to create a fake persona. They had to be whatever it was that they were taught they must be in order to survive. Their lies are a protective layer that fortify this false persona that in their mind protects them and keeps them safe and keeps them functioning. Some people think that when a narcissist becomes very abusive and very full of rage, that is the person that they've been hiding, that they act nice and charming, and that the nice and charming persona is actually hiding this mean, abusive, rage-filled person. But the rage is just more hiding. The rage can be thought of as a guard dog that is keeping people away from what they are really afraid you're going to see. And I can tell you now that what the narcissist is hiding is something that you're never actually going to see. So when you see them full of rage, that's not what they're hiding, because that's something that they're showing to you. Narcissists live with a constant feeling that this truth of who they really are is constantly chasing them. They feel pursued by this, and they also feel a gaping emptiness. This is truly terrifying for them. This feels life-threatening. They would almost rather die than show you what it is that they're running from. But like I said earlier, if they were to look at it, they would see that there's nothing there. And yet they feel pursued by it, and they feel like any moment now, whatever this is going to catch them and it's going to swallow them whole. And what is this exactly? It's their true self. It's who they really are deep down. They're afraid that if anyone ever sees their true self, including them, that they will be so horrified and so disgusted by who they really are that somehow the world will end. And of course, this is completely unreasonable. First of all, there is no true self that really had a chance to develop. And if there was, nobody's true self can really be that ugly. All the things that narcissists do to hide this secret that they feel they have, those are the things that make narcissists so reprehensible. The true self is just another human being. And this doomsday scenario in their head that they're constantly running from is never actually going to happen because nothing is actually pursuing them. They live in this kind of constant nightmare that is created purely from their imagination, but they still feel this vulnerability and they feel this threat that they may be exposed any moment. And this exposure feels like being naked in Times Square. It's, as I said, terrifying to them. They will do anything to prevent this. And this is why they need supply. This is why they need external validation. They need constant feedback telling them that they're on the right track, that their secret is safe, that people aren't onto them, that their act, that their false persona is convincing people, that it's working. They need constant reassurance of this because they are so terrified that somehow the truth is going to get out, that you're going to see that they're really just this disgusting, reprehensible creature underneath this false persona, that people are going to see them for who they really are. And that's why they can't go very long without a validation, without you reassuring them that they're safe. And if anybody has witnessed a narcissistic collapse, that's really just a narcissist that's having to face this terrible fear, that is feeling as if they've been exposed, that is not receiving the validation and the supply that they need. And this fear is swallowing them whole. If you've never seen a narcissistic collapse, it really can only be described as the face of sheer terror. A narcissist that's collapsing is desperate, is lost, and they can behave in ways that are completely shocking and 100% different from the persona that you're used to seeing. The best way that I can describe it is it's almost like the fear that you would see in a very young child that's lost alone on a winter's night in the middle of the woods. It's helplessness, it's desperation, it's terror. If you try to help a narcissist that is facing this kind of fear, that is feeling as if their attempt to hide who they are is unsuccessful, they will perceive that as an attack. Your desire to help them will be perceived as an attack, and they will punish you for that, and they will attack you ruthlessly for trying to help them. They cannot trust the intentions of other people, and in a way, they are like a drowning victim that is panicking. If you try to save them, they're just going to pull you under with them. So really, this lifelong mission that they have set up to constantly hide who they are and to construct a persona that will keep them relevant and important and in control and feeling safe. All of this is just to hide nothing. It's to hide something that isn't even there, that only exists in their imagination. It's being terrified of something that you can't look at, that isn't even there if you were to look at it. Narcissists are building an impenetrable fortress around nothing, and no one is allowed in. No one is allowed to look at it, including them. And while they are so busy hiding nothing, your job is to help them do that. You are supposed to help them reinforce this fortress that they've built. You're supposed to help them boost up this ego that's based on this false act that they're putting on. You're supposed to reassure them, supply them, and validate them. And this is a pointless, thankless job, which you're going to be resented for because they're going to eventually resent you for how much they need you. I think the only way that a narcissist would ever have any hope of really working on these emotional problems that they have is if people would stop enabling them. If somehow they were forced to finally just turn around and look at what it is they're so afraid of. But they're not going to do that. And unfortunately, there is no end to the amount of people that are willing to enable them, really through no fault of their own, because like most of the people that are probably watching this right now, we have to learn the hard way that these people don't appreciate anything that you do for them, and that narcissists really just look at you as just another object, another tool that can help them in their endless quest to protect themselves from imaginary fears, imaginary doomsday scenarios that are never actually going to happen. I hope this helps. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below any ideas you have for me for future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video and would like to see more like it in the future. Until next time, thanks. Bye.